And the big question is, what happens? How does this change the ideological, philosophical, legislative perspective of the Republican Party? So it's interesting, on this same day, Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky, who's running for president, running for the Republican nomination, on a conference call with reporters says he's not ready to give up on immigration. He says, we've been somewhat trapped, he means the Republican Party, by rhetoric and words. And amnesty is a word that has kind of trapped us. We're trapped in a word that means different things to different people. And before we explore that, it's not every day I can speak this sentence: Rand Paul and President Obama are on the same page. President Obama saying he doesn't want to give up either, despite what happened to Eric Cantor, telling a fundraiser in Boston last night, I fundamentally reject that, meaning that immigration reform is dead. I will tell the Speaker of the House that he needs to reject that. If you think because of politics you want to maintain a status quo that is broken, you don't belong in Washington. Should Rand Paul and Barack Obama have a beer summit and figure out immigration?
Well, it's interesting, Rand Paul's position, but he also opposes the Senate bill.
That's right.
He voted against it. And he's been kind of making this noise for a while, ever since the 2012 election. I remember speaking to him exactly a couple of days after. He was making the same case then. He was saying that we need to legalize or normalize folks who are in this country illegally. But he does not want to do a pathway to citizenship, what Democrats are calling for, and what their bottom line is in this bill. That's the flashpoint. That's something that the two sides are just nowhere near resolving.
And to his fundamental point about being trapped in that word, amnesty, he's right. Since George W. Bush tried in 2006 and beyond, when he tried to come back to this issue, that has been it. There are some Republicans who think anything you do to give status to the 11 million or so undocumented workers, some people think anything is amnesty. Some say no, don't give them citizenship, but it's okay for legal status. Others say, do the Dreamers, the kids who were brought in. But that word is
that word is very powerful. I mean, in some ways, he sounded like he was sort of teaching a semiotics class at Brown, not talking about amnesty, but it has a powerful hold on the base. And I think this goes to, I mean, we're talking about 2014, but in a lot of ways, this is about 2016, right? And the future of the Republican Party, of their relationship with Latinos. Can they get to a point where they're able to get a sizable share of that community?
Just to add to that, like, it's so toxic for 2016 still. I talked to Marco Rubio yesterday about this, and he does not want to move forward on a comprehensive bill next Congress. And he was the author of this comprehensive bill. So I'm not sure that even if Rand Paul's talking about it very highly right now about doing something, I'm not sure exactly.
What does this mean for Jeb Bush? What does it mean for
the Congressional Party versus the National Party? Because it helps them hold control of the House, but it hurts them. If they don't deal with this demographic problem, it's hard to see them viable at the presidential level.